Welcome to another exciting episode of McCooligans. I am Miles McCooligan. I'm the old guy. This is my son Jacob, the next generation. Also have my nephew Jared here today. He's definitely got the McCooligan gene. And then he brought his little McCooligan, who's definitely got the gene too. So notice we're in our camouflage attire. Project for today was supposed to be camouflage, but they called and it was not available. So we got the next best thing, which is just green. So
good old army green.
Good old army green. So we got a little project going on today. We're going to do some assembly, do a little test driving. We're just going to have some fun. So stay tuned. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that bell for notification when we get a new one out. Let's make it happen.
So ultimately, for those who don't know, this is a Coolster Mini Jeep. We saw a handful of videos of these on YouTube, and they looked like a tremendous amount of fun, and figured had a lot of ideas in mind to do our own modifications and do some playing around. So picked one up on a Black Friday sale. We're going to get it together today. Have some fun.
And of course, being real men, we're not looking for the instructions quite yet. We're going to see how far we get without them.
See, these instructions were at some point in a different language and then translated literally into English. So check this out. Braking deceleration. Braking deceleration and the decreased throttle alone cannot meet the requirements of deceleration taken under braking under normal circumstances. Only left point hit the brakes gently. Block can be.
Stand up front. Straight up. That is just your size.
You pull the plastic off. Pull the bag. Pull the bag. Pull it. Pull it. There you go. Ooh, gas can. Ooh. And I've seen mixed reviews. Some claim that this is a real gas can, and some say that it's not. Do not store gasoline in this tank. This tank is for aesthetic purposes only. I think it'll hold gas. They just don't want you to for liability reasons.
No, that is a portable chemical holder.
And this is the massive power plant. Here. 125 cc's of raw horsepower. But will it remain stock? We'll see, because it might not remain stock for very long.
Well, first things first, let's see what it takes to get it off the pallet, and then we can throw it on jack stands to get it up in the air.
Right here are the clips.
And then it'll be easier to get to a lot of this, I think.
Well, our plan at this point is we're going to pull the body, because I read multiple reports that the body would vibrate against the frame and rattle. So we're going to put some weather stripping down, and then we are going to pull the tail lights, do a couple other things to get the plastic out from behind them, and we'll start assembling shocks, suspension, wheels, all that good stuff. So time to move forward.
Now, rather amusingly, this particular Mini Jeep has a short, long arm front suspension with a coilover. So it's actually more sophisticated than an actual Jeep.
Unless anybody happens to notice, we have a couple sheets of tread bright, which may become new floorboards. There it is, naked in all its charm. And just for the record, Jared is a master welder, so he's going to inspect every weld and critique exactly how well it was welded.
If you can call that a weld, more like chicken poop.
Exactly.
There we go. Oh, that's kick ass.
Well, it looks like we're wrapping up our modifications and disassembly, and we are about ready to put the body back on, and let's make some smoke.
Okay, so I'm hooked, you're hooked. Yep, we're good.
Next stage, let's get the roll bar in. We got to be safe. So when we break in the roll bar, we won't break our heads.
Yeah, about that.
You got her, sir? We'll bust off the extra welding
Cool.
wire. They even sent it with extra welding wire, so you can you know, have it on the road if you need to make a roadside repair. Oh look, we have more spare welding wire just in case we need it.
Sweetness.
Drive over there?
That's it. And there he is, Mr. OG McHooligan himself. Woo!
That's cute. Is it four-wheel drive?
No, just rear wheel. Yeah, I think somebody predicted that once you came, we'd have to order you one. So.
Beautiful.
Wow, you can actually see out of it.
This actually his looks sweet. So this comes with a dry cell battery that you need to put the electrolyte in and charge it before you can use it. So you do very carefully.
Wearing gloves.
Wearing gloves. Take the cap off. So if you look on the battery, they have little points on them, and that'll pierce the aluminum foil on the electrolyte. So this actually charges itself. Sweet. 3, 2, 1. Watch the magic happen. Once it's in there, it'll probably take about 30 minutes to activate, and then we'll throw a trickle charger on it, and it should be good to go. I think what you're supposed to do is you take this little guy,
I thought that little red golf cart up there at the bank.
poke a breather hole would be my guess.
Little outfit I've ever seen, but I think this got it beat.
Ooh, there we go.
We originally ordered a camouflage one because we were going to have shirts that match.
Beautiful.
And after I ordered it, I got a phone call that said,
Easy when you do the right thing.
Cam,
So this is actually the cap that came on the electrolyte, I believe. Pop these in here.
all the danger stickers. I peeled all the danger stickers off. So
All right, just need to put the center caps on in the back. If you guys get those wheels tight, I'm getting the air pressure down to 10 psi like they recommend.
Really?
Yep. That's all you want.
well, potential things to come. I'll be back in a moment. Might be some slight modification. Boom, right there for those tight spots. Do a dry crank, see if it bumps.
What's the red button then?
Kill switch.
Oh.
No, a
Oh,
horn.
that sucker's loud. Need some sick jumps now. So I would say overall, first impressions, it was really easy to put together. I wasn't a fan in how it was packaged, merely because they put the plastic wrap over it, then bolted all the amenities to it, so that we had to basically disassemble it to get the plastic wrap out from underneath all the bolts. And then the bolts themselves, like the strip, and they weren't the greatest.
They were junk.
So long term, probably change out the bolts to something else. The thing fired right up once we put some gas in it. Runs pretty good.
Runs quiet.
For me, being a big 300-pound guy, it won't pull me in third gear, but you can have quite a bit of fun in first and second.
Now, having said that, with a live axle, no differential, I think adding a differential would make a huge difference in making it turn easier, actually making it go easier, because you turn the wheel just a little bit, it starts bogging down. So that would be one solution if we left the engine stock. But why would we leave the engine stock?
Yeah, where's the fun in that?
So a couple possible solutions to not having a lot of power in third gear. We could do a reversing box with a torque converter on it. And we could go to a 420cc single cylinder or a, whatever.
There's lots of options, especially for us. We're definitely not the average consumer. So definitely got some big mods in mind for one of these.
We can do Honda clone. We can do a lot of things to hop it up. I think we want to add a fuel tank that's not on top of the engine. So when the engine's hot and you're trying to fuel it and you miss and spill in fuel on the engine, I think if we put the fuel tank behind the roll cage, a little spun aluminum tank, that would be fantastic. That's a definite upgrade.
And there's some fine tuning we can do in terms of suspension. Things we could tweak on the engine to make it a little better. This one likes to stall on stock.
Well, it's got a base carburetor setup. It's brand new in the box. We'll have to...
There's a little refinement that can go into this.
Yeah,
for
we'll
sure.
have to adjust the
But other than that, I
timing.
thought it rode pretty decent for what it was. So, and the foam under the body definitely made a big difference. We just need to put a little bit under the hood yet.
There's been talks about building a trailer for it, to have a matching trailer. We might do that. Supercharger, the blower motor, the blower cart. Isn't that what that's called?
Boost caboose.
The boost caboose. We got to have a boost caboose.
And the cooler.
And a cooler. Yeah, definitely you got to have a cooler for the tasty, refreshing beverages. So overall, I think it was a great buy for what we've got in it. It's definitely a great platform to make better.
To expand upon.
To expand upon.
Yes.
Because we're McCooligans and that's what we do.
More to come.
More to come. Stay tuned.